Hey Pisces, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Welcome to your July reading. Yes, I'm showing my face. It's an exercise in vulnerability, so I'm trying something different. Alright, let's get started. I come to you, humble God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light and divine love in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Pisces Collective need to know for the first half of July? There's definitely a need to speak up about something. I feel like it's a matter of like speaking up to set clear boundaries about what you want, what you need. Okay. I heard light planning. Yeah. It's putting yourself in an empowering situation, okay? Or in a power posture, okay? Making sure that someone is not... If you're dealing with someone, then it's making sure that things don't get out of control because of the lessons that you've learned in the past. Or if you're meeting someone new, then making sure you're course correcting by communicating more than you have before. All right, that's what I'm feeling. There's a need to retreat so you can like power up. Sagittarius had this energy too. Retreating so you can power up. But I feel like for you, it's about power. Well, for both of you guys, you and Sag, it was powering up so you could set better boundaries and know how to show up. Planning how to show up. Like, okay, next time someone does this, this is how I'd respond moving forward. Like being very specific. That's what I'm getting here. Like someone's just like really planning out their responses. You know, whether it's like oddly specific, like with actual, you know, what phrases they'll use. I'm not saying that. It could be that. And if you have to do that, then sure. But I'm feeling like it's just a matter of knowing how to show up differently next time someone tries to do fill in the blanks. All right? Like if someone disrespects me, next time I'm going to say this, you know, or I'm going to walk away, or I'm going to, you know, it's just like there's a need to do that. Some of you guys are already planning how you plan to show up. I don't know. For some of you guys, it might be for a specific person, or it might just be in general. For some of you guys, you need to actually do this now. You need to speak up, and like because there might be a need to set boundaries. All right. Some of you guys might have found yourself in another situation where you have to set boundaries. King of Swords, yeah, there's major clarity here. There's a need to be more logical than before. Now's another thing about speaking up, speaking to set boundaries and not really caring. Not saying like you don't care, right? But it's like caring less about the other person's emotions and more so about yours, because but in a healthy way. It's like taking your power back, because at one point you were not caring about your emotions. Okay, you were putting other people's emotions before yours. If this is resonating with you so far. All right. And now it's like a matter of pulling your energy back. And not worrying about coming off as nice or mean. You're just like, I don't care if I'm coming off nice or mean. This is my truth. This is what I need to feel respected. So respect my boundaries. It's very strong. The Hierophant in reverse is coming out. Yeah, it's like stepping away from the old way of doing things, all right? For some of you guys, there might have been a breakup of a long-term situation. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so for some of you guys, it's a long-term situation that made it very clear of how you need to move forward, okay? And we do have the Wheel of Fortune in, upright. So you're moving into this upgrade. Great. And in this upgrade, because you learned about this past broken connection, if it was a marriage or a long-term relationship or a long-term friendship or family, whatever it is, wherever your boundaries were being violated, okay, you learned from that. You learned from it, okay, and it propelled you into a brand new cycle where you're going to get what you deserve with the Six of Pentacles. Hallelujah. It's awesome. This is great. Hey, congratulations, Pisces. Okay. Yeah, you have a new perspective with the Hangman. Wow. Whoa, what a major turnaround here. You're moving into major stability because of it. It's like something clicked. You get it now. We get it. So it seems like there's things, you did move into a new cycle, right? Where you're getting what you deserve. It does seem like there's a bit of a pause, though. Okay? It's a divine pause. With the Hangman coming out in the Temperance card, divine intervention is playing a role. Like, oh, Pisces switched up. All right, well, let's start rearranging some things and make way for this new Pisces energy to come through. For this new person to come through, you know? Things were already lined up for you to repeat the cycle if you stayed in where you were. Now you switched it up. Now things are being arranged for you so you can actually experience what you deserve. Getting this equal reciprocity now because you know that's what you deserve. This is great. A very secure place. You're in a very secure place now. This is great. Okay, I'm very happy. I'm very happy to see this. A Fool card. Jumping into new beginning. This is a brand new, it's going to be a brand new beginning. Brand new life experiences, love experiences, so on and so forth. Because of this switch. You can't undo it. Like, you made this click. You clicked. It clicked for you. Like, oh, that's what happened. And this is what I need to do now. And now you're just doing it naturally. All right, now. Knight of Wands. Along with that Hangman, I do feel like, yeah, once again, something's not moving. But you have to realize it is moving. Things are moving. If you already made the switch in your mind, then, yeah, things are just being prepped for you. That's all. Take this time to actually retreat and sit in this new energy, all right? Embracing the power. This new powerful stance that you find yourself in. We do have the Moon card coming out. That's Pisces energy. Let's look more into it. You're ending the reading, though, with Pisces energy. You're feeling more whole. This is great. You're feeling more yourself. You're feeling more authentic. You're feeling more in your power. Embracing all that you are. And exercising it in a healthy way. That's great. It's been a long time coming. So with the Moon card coming out, though, with the Moon card coming out, there might be like there's a little bit more information that you need to know, okay, as far as how to embrace your power, okay. There's certain emotional blocks. It's just like a minor thing that you have to clean up, okay. It might not be minor, to be honest. It does come off as an emotional burden that, see, it's like you had a relationship that triggered this new way of thinking. But there's something that triggered you to be in that type of relationship. So now you're going deeper into the matrix, right? You healed from this relationship. You healed from whatever crappy ex you had that taught you, like, okay, I need to switch gears so that doesn't happen again. But what you're not seeing, or what's going to come to light, is where that energy is coming from that led you to be with this person. Okay, the point of attraction that led to that. So it could be something where it's something subconscious, and it could be something from like childhood or something. With this Cancer energy, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like inner child work, or you're dealing with, you know, something with your parents, something that your parents said. You know, it's going deep like that. All right, it's some burden that you have to drop, an emotional burden that you have to drop, so that you can finally like really embrace it. All right, in a very whole way. All right. Where are we at? 8:55. 55. I mean, everyone's getting 55 right now. You might start seeing 555 or 55 or whatever, but it's more about it's about major changes, major transitions. You know, there's transitions that require work, but it's major. Okay? It is a change, like cocoon to butterfly type of change, right? It's a huge one. All right, what's the blockage? What's the blockage for Pisces? Oh. I don't know if you saw how those cards flew. All right, so we have the Page of Swords with the Five of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles here. All right. So for some of you guys, you're still in this process, right? You're on your way to this new beginning, this new mentality. All right. Some of you guys have already shifted into this new mentality. There's another piece of truth, though, okay, that's going to really send you over, like, head over into the new beginning for sure, okay? You might feel like you're in it, but it's not completely, you're not completely into the new world yet. There's a little bit more digging to do. A little bit more work to do with the Knight of Pentacles. All right. Let's look more into this. Why is this 5 of Wands here? Okay, we know about the transition. You know, we have the Bridge card coming out. Transitions. Yeah, once again, this Book of Secrets energy. There's some blockage. Yeah, all right. So I already mentioned that. There's a blockage that's stopping you from actually transitioning. It's actually kind of hidden from you because it's subconscious, okay? It's like changing your programming when it comes to this. For example, if you feel like you didn't want to speak up because of you don't want to come off as mean, you know, and it might have stemmed from that one time your teacher told you to children are better seen and not heard, you know, whatever the case is, something like that, you know, that's playing out right now, that you that's gonna come up. All right, and you have to address that. It's like it's a hidden programming, a hidden program that's playing underneath all of this. Why is this Page of Swords here? Right now, you might feel, some of you guys might feel empowered, but it's like you get it. Oops. You get it, right? You get this new mentality that you need to be in, but I don't feel like it's not completely sticking yet. All right, it's like you could kind of backslide at any time. Check out the full moon in Capricorn reading, because it does talk about backsliding and how we'd have the opportunity to actually throw away our healing. All right, so it does seem like there's one little thing left to do so that you can finally click and not go back. So I did kind of say that, like, yeah, you're not going to go back, but it seems like that's the process that's happening right now. Where you are right now, you get where you have to be. But if somebody comes around, it doesn't seem like you're completely embraced. You're not in that stance yet. You're not strong in that stance as of yet. But you're in the stance, in the powerful stance, which is great. But if somebody comes and pushes you, you probably fall back into the old you. You know, so it's a need for you to actually take a step in and sit in that energy. Feel what that means. Feel this new strength. Feel this new power. And commit to being that way moving forward. All right? Commit to feel how it feels when, you know, when there's no other external influences around. Okay? Don't test it out with another partner. Don't test it out with other people. Test out this new you by yourself. What does the new you, how does the new you sit? How does the new you stand? How does the new you talk? You know, just really get into that energy. All right? Make it stick. Make the new mindset stick. All right? There's a need for you to commit to that. That's going to take work. The reason why it wouldn't stick is because of the subconscious programming. So yeah, all right. So that will be competing with you, the new you, your past. No longer like the relationship, but now this inner stuff, the subconscious stuff. That's now going to start competing with this new mentality. You're going to really start seeing where it really stems from. All right. So it's another layer of work. Oh, godly. All right. Yeah. So that's the next step. You'll be intuitively guided to actually explore that. We have these cards coming out, the snake and the fox coming out again, these cards of deception, all right? It's time to work through that burden that you were carrying that allowed for this energy to come in. What energy were you carrying that attracted those types of snakes? What energy were you carrying that made you look like fresh meat to vultures? No, vultures don't eat fresh meat. I don't know. Okay, you get what I'm saying. To predators. I'm just gonna say this. You know, like sometimes when people find themselves in like situations where someone's like mentally or whatever type of like narcissistic, you know, narcissists can sniff out people, right? They know who to mess with and who not to. They know who to get away with things and who not to, right? It's like blood in the water for a shark. So you got to figure out what that is that's attracting that type of energy. What are they sniffing on you? Your intuition is going to lead you to navigate that. That's not something to like really rack your brain about. Your intuition is going to bring it to light, but it's up to you to actually start working on it. That's the work that you have to do. All right? For example, if somebody looked at you like, oh yeah, this person's naive or this person's a people pleaser, then I can get away with this if I guilt them into, if I harp on that need to please people. You know, if that's the thing, if you find that you being a people pleaser is an issue, then now it's time to work on why are you a people pleaser, right? So it's getting into the real nitty gritty now. But this is great. This is great work. All right, what are they failing to see? Your spirit is with you. Your higher self and your spirit guides are with you every step of the way. They're gonna help pinpoint where it's coming from. All right. It's up to you to listen and then start doing the work. Take some time out, retreat, right? Take some time out. What are they failing to see? Speaking of the work, doing the work, we have the Eight of Pentacles coming out. King of Cups. So once again, need to take a break. Four of Swords. Now, as I mentioned before in the previous reading, some of you guys might already have your eye on someone else. All right. And it might, because you haven't solidified your new seat on the throne, you can get dethroned. Okay? If you, by love. You know what you need to do. But if love is your weakness, if you find yourself merging or morphing into someone else, into someone else's life without solidifying your own, then all the healing that you've done is going to be tossed out the window. There's a need to solidify your kingdom. Solidify your seat on the throne so nobody could throw you off. Solidify this new way of being. Solidify this power that you've now come into so nobody could take the power away. All right? If you have someone on the way, not saying, if you have someone that you're interested in, not saying that they're a bad person, but it seems like it's stopping you from doing the work. So there's a need to take an honest assessment of how much work needs to be done and if love is, if you have space for love right now. All right? With the Four of Swords, once again, this is retreat mode. There's a need to step in, be alone for a little bit. All right? Let's King of Cups here. Yeah. All right. Let me see something. We have this anchor here. And yeah. You might be in a stage right now where love might be holding you back. All right? It might be holding up your progress. Yeah, you're not seeing that. Justice card at the bottom of the deck. Inner prayers. High Priestess, Three of Pentacles. Not saying that you're going to run into another situation like the past, like the crappy ex or whatever. But the situation itself, it might, just love itself, might send you spiraling back into the old way. Okay, so I want to make that clear. That is not necessarily the person, It could be the person. You could run into someone who's just like this, but I don't really feel that. I feel like it's more so because you haven't stood strong in the new you yet. You haven't solidified. You haven't put your roots into this new person. It's so easy to go back and let love run the show in a way that's not as healthy. Okay, so just, yeah, it's stopping you from doing the work. All right, what is the advice? Where are we at? 2028. What's the advice? Yeah. Solid strength. The Hierophant. This is solid foundations, solid fertile soil, okay, to plant seeds of love. I don't think it's quite there yet for some of you guys. All right, this is general. Some people, I know in the comments, some people have already done the work, but it seems like all this time I was talking to the people who are prolonging the work. So I feel like the second batch of people who are prolonging the work, they finally started, they finally got it, but now they have to take time out to solidify. Now, solidify yourself in this higher level of thinking, because I know intuition was a big thing for you, where you guys were in love. Thank you, Spirit. You guys were in love and you threw your intuition out the window. You threw your desires out the window. You started questioning your intuition. You would ignore your gut instincts. You were going against yourself because of the love that you felt. You let the love override your intuitive sense. Now it's time for you to make your gut instinct, your intuition, make that the high priority, and then love comes after. You have to be strong enough to follow your gut instinct even when you're in love. And that's solidifying this new higher level of thinking. You have to make sure your intuition is strong enough to carry you through relationships now, because that was the biggest lesson to learn. It's time for be a little bit more honest with yourself here. But it doesn't seem like your intuition isn't strong enough right now, or you haven't. Yeah, your intuition is not that your intuition isn't strong enough. Your intuition is strong AF, but you haven't connected with your intuition enough for you to not ignore it because you want to be in love. We do have the High Priestess here coming out with the Three of Pentacles, along with the Strength card. Whatever, if some of you guys, if this is resonating with you, and you find yourself falling for love or looking for love, it does seem like it won't really cooperate with the new way that you're trying to be. With the High Priestess here, you're not seeing that. All right. Right now it's looking like daisies and roses in a honeymoon stage. But, I mean, if you already started a new relationship, then it'll come to pass and you'll see. It'll just delay your progress, but it doesn't mean you can't keep making progress. All right. What do the romance angels have to say? What do the romance angels have to say? Calling in your soulmate. Getting to know each other. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys met a new person. So if you've already met a new person, okay, it runs the risk of you throwing away your healing because it's still new. This new position of power for you is new, right? So take your time with this situation. If you're already in something, take your time. If you're not in something, enjoy where you're at. Retreat and really sit in that power. But back to what I was saying earlier, you getting into this new love situation might trigger these old feelings of wanting to people please. It might trigger the old feelings of you not want to set boundaries because you don't want to lose the love, things like that. There's a need for you to do it differently this time and course correct. Like I said, there's a need to speak up. Some of you guys, like I said, you might have met someone who is similar to the past situation. You might not know it yet. Some of you guys, you met someone who's cool, but if you move in that codependent way, you're going to not make it cool, okay? You have the power to make it toxic, even if the person is healthy, right? So just be mindful of that. Take your time. If you met someone new, take your time with this person. But also, once you see boundaries are being crossed, or you see something that you don't like, do not be afraid to talk about it. That's a part of getting to know each other. See if they can honor that. Let that be a little test in the beginning. Do not be afraid of letting go of this love if they don't know how to honor your emotions. Don't be afraid to let go of this love because you're following your intuition. That's a lesson that you just came out of, okay? Once again, that full moon in Capricorn energy reading is all about, right now, we're in the midterms where the universe is going to throw us something and see how much we've learned. Are you going to make the same mistake again? Or did you learn your lesson? All right. We have calling in your soulmate. This person might feel like a soulmate. All right. Once again, there's high vibe soulmates and there's low vibe soulmates. All right. Or this could be the reward of passing the test. You calling in your soulmate, finally letting the universe know, like, okay, yeah, all right, this person's finally ready. Pisces is finally ready to get the soulmate because they know how to set the boundaries. They know how to love in a healthier manner. All right, they learned their lesson. For some of you guys, you already found someone who seems like a soulmate for you. And I just can't shake the feeling. Some of you guys might have just met. Some of you guys might have found yourself in another cycle. Unknowingly, like, but a person's only gonna go as far as you let them, right? So if you met a soulmate, they have the possibility to be good or bad, right? Healthy or unhealthy. You have the power to make that happen, right? So make sure that you're doing it differently. The inclinations that you had before, if you didn't have enough time to be single and really get into that independent energy, and you found yourself with another soulmate, just use that as training ground. All right, don't harp on it and say, oh, that's the universe bringing me the one. They brought you a test. If you're with someone right now, they brought you a test. Pass the test. Okay. Okay. You have expressed your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Free yourself. It's time to take control back of your life. There's a balance that needs to be had of being loving and then setting boundaries. Okay, these cards came out together. Expressing your love, being loving and caring, which is great, right? Being nurturing and all that. But then also freeing yourself from the bondage of love. Don't create a prison of people pleasing because you want to just keep showering them with love without receiving the love. Dial it back, all right? So if you're single, then see what dialing back means for you. Reflect on what the times that you might have done too much. Not because a person was a crappy person, but maybe you've done too much too early. If you're just getting to know someone, you might find yourself the inclination to do too much too early. Reel it in. All right, there's a need for you to be aware. Your gut instinct is there. Your intuition is on point. Listen to it. Do it differently this time. All right, and it can probably come out cool. It probably, for some of you guys, you met a good person, right? You met someone that is going to be a match. But yeah, don't be scared to be the new you. Be fearless and bold. Badger spirit. Once again, if you're single, you have the luxury right now to just embrace this without the fear of missing out on love, right? But if you already found yourself in love with someone or dating someone, then it's going to be a little bit tougher to exercise this with someone. But please recognize that the person that came into your life is an opportunity to exercise this new you, this new bold and fearless new you, okay? The person who's learned the lesson, the person who's gained wisdom, the person who's super intuitive, all right? It's time for you to exercise this and show this person as this new you, this new person here, all right? Chameleon spirit, act as if. Even if you didn't completely get into this mold yet, because I feel like there's still a transition. There's still some inner work to do, okay? But even if you didn't get in this mode, at least you know what it looks like, all right? Even if you didn't do all the work that stopped, that You didn't do all the like inner child work or whatever it is that that will help you really shift your point of attraction and really stop you from feeling guilty from setting boundaries. Even though you didn't really overcome that as of yet in its entirety, you still know what you need to act like. So start acting like that. All right. So the chameleon spirit, act as if. It's like kind of doing the thing, even though you kind of feel, you'll still feel guilty in the back of your head, but it's like, I know this feels weird. Talk yourself through it. I know this feels weird, but I know it's also something that I have to do. Even if you didn't tackle, because once you actually tackle the reason, it'll be way easier. You wouldn't have to act it out. You wouldn't have to pretend to be stronger than you are, you know, but you do have to, you know, if you didn't do the work, then you know what you need to do. All right. Even if you don't feel strong enough to do it, you have to do it. Let your intuition take the wheel here. Koi fish spirit, there's always enough. Do not worry about the possibility of missing out on this person because you're setting standards. That's the same mentality that's going to get you into some BS, another cycle of BS. Do not do it. Pass the test, please. This is a test. If this feeling of lack, this feeling of missing out of love, this feeling of feeling unlovable, if that is a trigger for you and it stops you from setting boundaries, or it allows you to start just accepting any type of treatment, face that. There is always enough. This is a lesson. There's always enough. The universe is always willing to provide more. They have more and better. And the quality of what they provide is based on how you treat each one that they give you. If you treat this one like how you treated the last one and you go back into that trigger, then they're going to give you more of that, just like they just gave you this one. But if you treat this one with this new energy, this fearless and bold energy, that's sounding the alarm to the universe, like, okay, Pisces is ready for the real deal. That's when you call in your soulmate, all right? Bring a gentle touch, dear spirit. Now, in setting these boundaries, like, I feel like some of you guys you're already dating someone and you have to set boundaries, all right? You find yourself in positions where it's uncomfortable. Yeah, you might be in an emotional space that feels too familiar, or yeah, it's just like somebody said something you didn't like, you didn't say anything. You might find yourself in that type of situation where you have to exercise the bold and fearless you, right? Bring a gentle touch with your delivery. You don't have to overcompensate by being mean, right? It doesn't mean, like, setting boundaries doesn't mean being mean. Be compassionate. Hey, this is what I need moving forward. So, like, I don't like when you just call, I'm just using my example because I've definitely experienced this, where someone, like, just calls and they ghost and they call, they in and out. Hey, what's going on with that? Why are you doing this? What's happening? Like, what's going on in your mind? You know, be compassionate, have compassionate conversations, and then let them know, hey, I don't like when you do that. I don't like the inconsistency. Are we dating? Are we not? Are we interested? Are we getting to know each other or not? You know, you can bring that level of compassion while still setting the boundary and setting the stage of respect for yourself. All right? All right. I think that's it. Yeah. All right, cool. Get that power stance. Wear that power tie. Wear that power dress. It's time. Y'all deserve it. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Pisces. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Add me on IG. That's Tara and Hill. Also, full moon and Capricorn reading. You'll see it pop up. The new and full moon readings. Okay. Definitely check out the full moon and Capricorn reading because there is a risk of you throwing away your healing because of a midterm test. That's what we're in right now. This is a test. Everything that you're experiencing right now is just trying to figure out whether you learned the lesson or not. Okay. Now, I do personal readings. Check out the info box below if you want a personal reading. Also, if you want to be an angel donor, I have the Patreon link down below as well. All right, thank you so much, and until we meet again, peace.